Welcome to Let's Thrive at Instagram Marketing. And with this very first training session, I really want us to go back to basics because we talk a lot about getting all this different kind of video content out there. But I want you to be in a position where when someone finds you on Instagram because of your video content, they actually want to follow you and continue engaging with you. So we can start by thinking about how our Instagram profiles look to other people who come across us. So why is this important? Well, it's because our social media platforms are becoming less and less social and more about outreach and discoverability. Instagram and Facebook are pushing non-follower content out to you using an algorithm based on what it has learned about you. And that's why when you scroll through your Instagram feed, you're barely seeing your family and your friends' content. It's all strangers' content that the algorithm thinks that you'll like or find useful. And so when you post a reel and it reaches 1,000 strangers, you want to ensure your Instagram profile is primed. And I kind of think as an Instagram profile, as in a way, as a shop front on a main street, it's about priming it so that people actually want to come inside and make a purchase. And so when your content connects with someone and they tap your profile, we want it so they actually hit that follow button and they want to keep connecting with you more. And you can prime your profile for success by crafting a clear and concise Instagram bio that communicates who you are and where you are, what you do, why someone should follow you, and how they could actually reach out to you. And so when it comes to creating an Instagram bio, you can set and forget it. You can write something and leave it there for forever. But you also might want to change your offer and message every now and then as your business evolves. So what I'm showing you on the screen is a past bio that I had for the JFK Living team's Instagram. This was probably only about a year ago. So even though it has evolved, there are some key things that I'll always include in the bio. That is the what, which says that we're New Jersey realtors, so people know immediately what we do. The where, so you can see it says we help people buy and sell in 0108 and beyond. The why, I put that we're top 1% realtors and we've helped a ton of people buy and sell. So that is the why. That's the reason why someone might want to work with us and trust us more than someone else. And then the how. So how someone can get in touch or get value. And in this instance, it is to subscribe to get our Deal of the Week newsletter. And then this iteration of our bio also has a dog whistle call out. Dog whistle meaning that only our target audience are going to be attracted to it. So I've written here, if selling sunset was Jawns and jug handles with a pretzel emoji. So we're calling out for people who knows what selling sunset, Jawns and jug handles is. So that's likely going to hit millennials and Gen X, and specifically people who live in South Jersey and Philly. Anyone out of that area won't understand the reference, and that's fine. We don't need them following us because they're not our target client. So a hard truth, yes, it's your profile, but if you're trying to attract business, your profile needs to be less about you. It's more about why someone should follow you. And so Jason Pantana, great marketing expert, says, be the fountain, not the drain. So what fountain of value are you offering in your profile? Or on the flip side, what salesy promotional white noise is going to be draining your followers' feeds, leading them to unfollow you or not want to follow you in the first place? So that's just something to think about in terms of giving value. What value is someone going to get out of your profile? So let's play a game of who would you rather follow. And here you'll need to put yourself in the mind of a potential buyer or seller. These are two real estate agents using their Instagram profiles to try and get business. On the left, we have rob.nj real estate as his handle, Rob Garofalo in the name field, and we have a bio that reads real estate, New Jersey realtor, Real Broker LLC, the JFK Living team, and then you can see that there is a more next to that, showing that the text continues because it goes over 4 lines, and so you can hit more to see more of the profile. And then there's no call to action, just a link to a website, and we have no idea what that link goes to. So let's just dissect this a bit. So at the top, he has New Jersey Realtor, and I'm wondering, does he really need this? It's already implied by his username where he's got rob.nj real estate, and then real estate appears right above New Jersey Realtor. So it kind of feels like overkill having all these real estate terms mentioned over and over again without any context as to how it applies to his audience. He's got Real Broker, and 99.99% of people on Instagram aren't going to know what that is. And even if Real was a household name, the broker really doesn't add anything to his bio. It doesn't tell a buyer or a seller what it means for them. In the same vein, we have the JFK Living Team. Again, most people won't know who the JFK Living Team are. It's meaningless. So what we are seeing a bit here, sorry, Rob, we've got some wasted words. We're not really offering any value. There's not really any compelling reason why someone would come and follow. And then because it's gone over the 4 lines, you have to hit more to see the rest. And I'm just wondering, who is going to actually hit that more button? Is the first few lines intriguing enough that someone will actually want to stick around? I'll let you decide. And so let's compare that to the profile on the right, and let me zoom in. So here we have in the name field, Bezier, I think, or Bezier Bubel, real estate expert. And so something that I should point out, this is a searchable field. So if someone was to tap into Google, real estate expert, this woman's profile could actually appear. So perhaps that would make her want to switch that text out for something a bit more searchable, such as New Jersey real estate or New Jersey realtor. By the way, she has got real estate in there, which is great. It makes her profile 100 times more discoverable than the one we just saw. So she's got the what, she's got a real estate expert who educates Gen Z and millennials about buying and selling houses. She's got the where, she's written NJ and PA, and she's got the why, someone should trust her. She shows off those big numbers, 33 million and 108 units sold. And then we've also got the how someone could connect with her, which is by tapping on her link in bio to buy or sell. She's got ready to buy or sell, a down arrow so people know where to click. And then here's another primed profile. So this is Marie Lee. So her name field contains Nashville Realtor, which is a great searchable key phrase. We've got the what she is, so someone who'll help you move to Nashville. We've got the where, we've already established, Nashville, Tennessee. Her handle is Move Me to Tennessee, and she has got Nashville Realtor right in there. We've got the why, someone should trust her. So she's got 60 plus families served since 2021, and I'm sure that number is a lot higher since I took this screenshot. And then we've also got the how someone could connect with her. So she's got a call to action pointing at her link in bio, offering freebies and consults. Explaining what the freebie is would be probably better. It'd be more compelling. So for example, if it was a free home valuation or a free guide to something, maybe more compelling, but she's got freebies and consults. At the end of the day, you only have a certain number of characters here. So, and who doesn't love a freebie? So people might feel intrigued enough to tap on her link. So another great primed profile. Now you've seen some examples, let's talk about how we can optimize your own profile on Instagram. So here's some things you'll want to think about, and you want to put yourself in the mindset of your target client who might come across your profile. And then think about, what are their first impressions? What do they see? So most people look at the profile photo first. So you should really try and use a light, bright, head and shoulders photo of yourself that clearly shows your face. And then think about what keywords allows people to discover you. Think about what your target client might search for. For example, would it be Haddonfield Realtor, Cherry Hill Realtor? Do you have a call to action that is compelling enough to cause someone to take action? So what kind of things would your target client want to get from you? Perhaps it'd be something like follow for best Haddonfield deals. And then, are your links optimized? If you include just one link, choose the most compelling place that you can send a client to, such as a home valuation tool, which has data capture. That way you can reach out to some people who might want to sell. If you use a tool like Linktree, that means the viewer has options. But I would always say quality over quantity. So choose just 3 or 4 links maximum, because decision fatigue is real. And again, think of your ideal client. What would they find most useful to click on? Most importantly, your profile should be barrier-free. There shouldn't be any obstacles between a visitor understanding who you are, what you do, and how they can contact you. And I say barrier-free because I can't tell you the amount of times someone's profile I've come across says, call me, but they haven't written their number anywhere. You don't want to create any friction between the person reading your call to action, and then you don't want to have to make them dig for how to contact you. So back to our game of who would you rather follow in the mindset of Rob's ideal client. Obviously, we don't know who that is, but we can, just humor me here. So would you rather follow this grey kind of corporate, not feeling really any personality Rob here? Or would you rather follow this bright, colourful Rob with some injections of personality? Here I've added a photo with a bright background. So I've just used Canva to just remove the background from his original photo and then just added a bright background to it. And whereas before he was kind of quite far away, you couldn't really see his face, I've zoomed him in. So he's literally just head and shoulders, and it makes his face a lot easier to see. I also added a keyword to his name field, so there is no question about what Rob does. So I added Rob Garofalo, NJ Real Estate. I included who he serves, so Washington Township and beyond. And the first line I've put, my dogs think I'm the best realtor in South Jersey, to infuse some humour and elements of what he's like, because now people know that he's a dog lover. It allows this element of connection. I also sprinkled in some emojis to add some colour. So you can see we've gone from kind of a formal, stark bio here to someone who you can connect with. And then one other thing you might notice is I changed his handle. It was Rob NJ Real Estate to robgarofalo.realtor. And I did that to make it easier for folks to learn his full name, as it's always then visible. And then adding realtor at the end just ensures no one will forget what he does. And it's quite a few less characters than real estate, which is why I did that. So when creating your own Instagram bio, if you are struggling to make something that is within the right number of characters and has all the who, what, how, why, all of that, there are a ton of generator tools you can use online, like this one from Hootsuite, which is free. So make sure you pause here and copy and paste that link. Go and give it a go and see what you think. One thing that a AI Instagram bio generator probably won't make for you is a call to action, because this is going to be quite specific to your account depending on what you have in your link in bio. So I would argue that the call to action is actually the most important part of your business Instagram profile, because it tells your visitors what you want them to do. And it's how you can move the needle from someone being a viewer or a follower to entering your database and actually being a client. So you always want to be clear and simple with your call to actions. You want to choose a singular call to action for your bio to avoid decision fatigue. And these are some popular ones for real estate agents to use. One could be shop homes with me, and then your link in bio is going to be a link to your search site. That way someone can click through, have a look around, and if they want to tour a home, you then get that lead. Another one could be free buyer guide, and then that would link to a downloadable PDF on your website. And you could go one step further by having that as a gated PDF, so that when someone clicks that link, they are prompted to enter in their email address. That email address then goes into your database, so you can follow up with them, add them to your newsletter, and then they receive the guide immediately. And then a really, really simple call to action would just be follow for New Jersey home tours, or follow for Haddon Township home tours, or follow for, and then whatever it is that you predominantly have on your profile. This is a really simple one. It's a really frictionless call to action, because following someone is one of the easiest things that you can ask someone to do on Instagram. And this is in comparison to the bottom two ones you see here. So I've got work with me here with an arrow down, and then that would link to like a contact us or something like that, or ready to start touring homes, DM me. And so these are the call to actions that have the most friction, due to them requiring someone to be ready to buy or sell a house at the moment that they discover you. But on the flip side, it also means that any inquiries you get are the highest of intent. So there is a balance between asking too much and asking too little. And it really depends on what point of the funnel you want your inquiries to fall into. So that is something to think about. And then I'll just touch on real quick. I didn't add it onto the screen here, but you do have a link in bio on your profile. As I mentioned before, a lot of these call to actions would require you putting a link in your link in bio so that people can click on it. There are tools such as Linktree or links.co where people can click on it, and then it kind of opens a mini website. So people can choose from multiple different links. Again, I would recommend just choosing maximum 3 or 4. And then whatever it is that your call to action says in your profile, you just want to make sure that the very top link of that link tree is the thing that you are referring to. Again, you're trying to remove barriers, you're trying to remove that friction. And then one last thing I just want to touch on is that you should absolutely have a professional Instagram profile. So when you sign up for an Instagram account, your default will be a personal one. If you have not ever changed that, you will want to go and do that. And you can do that by going to your profile, hitting settings and privacy, then account type, and then switch to a professional account. And then it will ask you if you want to be a business or a creator profile. Honestly, there isn't really too much in it at this point. Once upon a time, there were a lot more analytics on the business profile than the creator, but now creator has caught up. So honestly, there really isn't much to it, but I would just choose whatever one resonates best with you, but probably you want to go for the business one. That probably makes the most sense for a real estate services business. And you can also go to this same place on your profile to check to see if you do have a professional or a personal account. But honestly, you'll probably know if you go to your profile and see all your analytics, that means you do have a professional profile. So that concludes this training on priming your Instagram bio for success. So I really hope you enjoyed this training session, and you can email me if you have any questions. Thank you.